Starting out tonight with a Postmortem on my third group stage match against Tonyl. I started this set to spying as Disney. I think this match didn't matter too much for me because I was guaranteed to make it out of groups regardless, but I think this absolutely just clinched first out of the group. So that's good. Not going to be too much of a cast type of thing tonight, just going through the games and giving my thoughts on them. So no scoreboard and relatively heavy on spoilers. But without further ado, let's get this first game started. Me spying as Disney. So I had a few strong notes on Tonyl coming into this set. One of them, on spy side at least, is that I felt like I get away with time ads pretty easily. Starting windows 30% flirt, kind of far away. I think that's pretty free. Spent some time idling here, requesting a drink, and then to see if I can get, because Tonyl spent a lot of time on this right side here. So I see that, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can get a reject in here. Especially since I'd be behind the pillar, but I see Tonyl's laser look over, and I don't know how long it'll be for, so I decided to leave conversation instead. Crossing the venue, getting in this pretty packed conversation. Amba leaves that way. Still a lot of attention here on Amba, but I don't feel like I'm a suspect for the first flirt, so here goes the second one, 81%. I am taking note that Teal just picked up this fingerprintable statue on the right, so I'm going to keep her in mind as a potential frame target throughout the game. Maybe even consider picking up the difficult fingerprint. But right now I'm just timer floating, looking for a good opportunity. Particularly I wanted to frame contact for Teal there, but my DA was out, so I would have rather had just one real contact in the game if possible, even though it was a very good time to contact. Flirt's done now. I'm going to request after Salmon, and then if he rejects, I'm going to continue that reject chain. Salmon starts taking, so I'm going to walk away. I see my double agents in conversation, so I kind of want that, but also here comes the time ad that I felt like I could get away with, so I'm going to do that and split from windows pretty quickly into conversation, and I'm never on screen for it. And I don't know that it was ever necessarily noticed or caught. Reject from boots now, and that's going to be my opportunity. I'm going to go for a green purloin. It's not, though. It's a white test. I'm going to do a twitch purloin into a green BB. It does knock out Teal, unfortunately, but I am only seen sipping a drink and then leaving, and then purloin is noticed. So relatively light guard on purloin is going to mean I get away with that. For the time being, I get a highlight for statues, and this is actually a fingerprintable statue as well. So I'm just going to take one inspect in the fingerprint. No swap yet, because I think I have another fingerprint on, I think, the left statue there. That's cooking up. Just gonna kill some time because I feel like I picked up a lot of heat for that fingerprintable statue. Oh no, I have a fingerprint on this yellow book that's been cooking for a little while, so I'm going to finish fingerprints with that. I do see that Alice is getting swap checked here, so I'm considering... I mean, I obviously can't go for a swap frame on her, because that would be 6 missions. So, I'm not going to do that, but I am going to sidestep into that statue, just to finish inspects. Which hopefully will lose both of us some heat. Rocker isn't doing me many favors by blocking the statue. But it's visible there, and there's no swap, which might confuse Tonyl. But I'm dead for the Softail Purloin game, which was a good shot from Tonyl. I was not necessarily expecting a good shot after the swap frame did not happen. Hey, Mega Parsec. Nice draw against Tonyl. Take a look at what the standings look like, but I'll do that after this post-mortem. So, Tonyl's spy game. I had a few notes going into Tonyl's spy into my sniper games. One is that Tonyl really likes to do crossing bugs. So as the ambassador, is particularly in this middle section, just bugging as he walks across, especially if the amb is at green shelf. So there was a chaos bug here, which very nearly took. I was aware that a few people could have bugged in this time of chaos. I think a twin was on that list. Twin, I think I had twin for a chaos bug potential, but it wasn't a strong lead, since I obviously couldn't see anything. So it was only credited. Hare was one of them, though, and she steps into center statues. Tonyl does quite like bugging as Hare, so that felt like a good opportunity to go to early middle statues if you did get a chaos bug. So Hare was a bit of a suspect early on here. I think I did a pretty good job of tracking Purloin early this set. So I think I see this reject here. Even though it's not a green Purloin or anything. But I'm just keeping track of rejects. Irish also has a green book, or a green book at the time add window. So I'm keeping that in mind. Twin's getting a fingerprintable briefcase from yellow. Irish does that, which is really good. I fake lowlighted because I don't know how well Tonyl's onto that. Sari gets a good bug that Tonyl would like to go for right there, so she's going to pick up a highlight in a moment. Tonyl just idling out right now. Gonna chase down ST, I think soon. Oh no, I remember what happens next. Double agent's far away, so Tonyl's gonna go to the occupied conversation, or the valuable conversation. ST is there, Amba is there, and we get a wrong arm bug facing the sniper, so pretty easy shot there. Didn't have any suspicion for Twin besides a fingerprint reject and possible early chaos bug, but so that made that an easy sniper game. On to Courtyard now. Disney again. The choice on library was very deliberate. I was thinking Disney for what I wanted to do in that game, and I was just like, you know what, I'll do Disney again the second game, sure, why not? And then after that I kind of went with another theme, and I'll see if anyone else can pick up on it as we go through the set. It's not going to be all Disney though. So another early time ad, this one's green, and I'm out of windows very quickly. Early flirt is white, not great, but I've got a time ad to back me up. I see the laser move over, but it's likely a Daemon low light, so I'm not concerned with it. As soon as I was contemplating taking a contact for a while here, because conversations were very full. But then I decided I'm gonna wait until Kane gets in, or at least the conversations settle down. So I see Twin moving, I see Sorry moving, Salmon leaves, which is slightly concerning, but then Kane's joining. Twin landed, who happened to be the SDA, that was nice. Duke leaves, but I'm like, Kane's in, sure, I'm gonna take this for Kane. Double agent splits and joins another conversation, so that means that that conversation had fake, so I'm just gonna give them real quick. But Tonyl didn't even notice that the DA split from this conversation to this one, so they're already getting real highlights, and the second real BB is gonna come off for them. Oh, and Tonyl does highlight for real BB quite a bit, so that's partially the reason behind doing this, just to give as many people real as possible to make this really infeasible. And I think Kane even gets a neutral light. Now we have mixed. No, there's the neutral light. Okay, so these are just real BB highlights, and my conversation has luckily evaded them. Second flirt's also white. Not great, but I've got time to timer flirt. I wasn't happy about that, obviously. Statues are being guarded. Amba is being guarded. Toby also being guarded a little bit. These highlights are doing work because they're taking all the suspicion, and I could just timer flirt here. Timer flirt should be in about 9 seconds. And I might just dip out of conversation as soon as that happens. I can't remember. Flirt cooldown. Flirt done. Stop talk because I'm on the other side of the pillar. Sorry is bouncing with Amba and maybe could have gotten a bug, but unlikely. And now I'm deciding I shouldn't be too big of a suspect with all these real BBs, so I'm gonna go into statues. I'm thinking, oh, maybe I green Purloin here because I'm not really on screen yet and Toby's here with me. So I request Toby. He doesn't come to me right away, but then I twitch out of the statue pickup just to maybe go for it. But then I'm like, okay, I can't do that just in case it was seen. So I'm into inspecting now, and right here I'm noticing, okay, I am off screen here, so I should just get these inspects and get out, but I white swap, which I believe was accidental at this point. I see laser rotating halfway to check on me, and then it rotates back around, so I'm like, okay, I'm good. I just need to get this inspect and get out of here quickly before that swap is seen and any suspicion can be tossed on me. Finish the second inspect, throw that thing down, and get out of there. So inspect and swap at 2 different statue pickups without being seen. So I think I'm good here. That's a spy win. That felt good after losing the library game. And yeah, I think the double real BB was nice.
Banana bread.
Now on to my sniper game of Courtyard. Oh yes, I remember how this one goes. So I'm guarding Ambo, checking statues, you know, the usual on Courtyard. Get some lights in. There's Toby over there. A green purloin has happened. I don't see it. And Spy has gone, which was good. And Tonyl got a 2-flare, which was nice. Offer goes to Salmon. Green purloin happens. I see the fade. And I'm very confused. Well, I'm not confused because I didn't track purloin. But I've seen a green purloin fade. And everybody could have done it. So at this point I'm playing 3 of 6, no purloin. So Tonyl's looking pretty good here. Half flirt. and a clean purloin. ST joins slightly far away. I don't think that's in 2-flirt range. Second flirt's white anyway. So at this point I'm very concerned. I think Duke and Tex both have inspects, and Duke is also getting a fresh fingerprint. So Duke setting up a potentially dangerous silent finish. At this point I'm also trying to remain diligent and looking for people setting up for a good contact opportunity. People moving in and out of conversations just to salvage what I can with contact this game. Tonyl bypassing ST to go for the double agent. Good time for contact. Gonna give up three lights. Disney splits as well. White BB highlight for Irish, and I think Bling Twin. Bouncing off of the ST for Tonyl. Tonyl gonna opt not to go for the flirt and gonna step in for inspects now. And right here, I was kind of suspicious of hair for activity, so I'm really just right now in my head I'm thinking, Tonyl, please do not have flirt done. Please don't let this statue be the finish. So I'm trying to look for blinks, but I'm not holding a great angle for it. Twin got out of statues, but he wasn't there for very long for me to have not seen him, so I'm not quite sure about that. Tonyl chases General to windows, where, and just before that statue visit, Hare and General had been right here together, so I'm thinking, okay, Tonyl was in that conversation flirting with General, goes to statues, flirt cooldown goes up, and then chases General to windows. So at that point, I'm like, that's enough for me. It's a red flirt anyway, but at that point, I'm ready to shoot, having missed the purloin. So good game from Tonyl. I just think you gotta finish that flirt and finish on the inspects. I think that was not necessarily the mistake of the game, but that would have worked against me. The green purloin and Bale was really nice. Yeah, just general activity is kind of what led me to having some suspicion in this game, and a bit of luck, not noticing that Hare didn't come from directly inside this conversation, but I guess she was there and then tried to chase ST and then bounced to windows. Yeah, could have lost that one, but salvaged it. Scores 3-1. At this point I'm playing Duke, not Disney. Little bounce off Amba. Didn't seem to be watched. Starting at bookshelves, I'm thinking this is a microfilm game. So I'm really happy with all this people cover on this left side, but Tonyl takes a good angle to, I guess the arm is still pretty darn hidden there, but the head would be visible. So I'm looking for a good opportunity to take this, and then Tonyl rotates to the side again, so I get some pillar and people cover, and yeah, I'm taking that green microfilm every day. So one green microfilm done. Another thing, Tonyl is a camper. He highlights for statue pickups, so you better believe I'm not touching a statue this set unless I intend to, have enough mission progress before that. Green flirt to start, innocent drink. Really good contact, but I do kind of want Twin in since he would be a highlight now and he's grabbing a fingerprint. So I wait a bit too long, double agent leaves, so I'm gonna have to look for something else to, pass the time. ST goes to green shelves, Double Agent goes to blue shelves, so I can't even set up for microfilm yet. Twin does finish inspects, which is nice. And then he goes back to center statues, which is less nice. Although I seem to be happy about that at the time. ST is kind of in a strange position to get a 2 flirt in, so I'm just gonna fit in here. And honestly, these conversations are very full, so I'm gonna take this contact. And Twin went to center statues again anyway, which is overkill. So he was probably a bit less suspicious than he was when he completed inspects here. Second flirt, 92%. I'm not going to be too unhappy with that. I'd rather have to flirt one more time than be caught for just bad combo spacing. Here we go into blue shelves, a minute 40 on the clock. I had felt like I had a bit of heat and the laser's in a decent position to catch this if I white test it, so I'm just going to take it out. Walk past Amba. I'm going to head into conversation here. My intent was maybe to be up behind that pillar. If there was a good opportunity, I could take the microfilm there, but Tonyl was rotating here to guard Amba, so that really was not at all a consideration at that point. Going to Windows to see where ST lands. I'm going to chase him down now and finish that up rather quickly. There we go. And now I have an idea. I'll let you decide if it's a good idea or not. I'm going to leave conversation, go to paintings for a moment, and I'm like, okay, I need to do microfilm somewhere that has cover. So right here, I really don't have cover, especially since General and Irish are moving and they're about to reveal me even more. So the only place that really has any cover right now is on the briefcase pad. So here we go. General's going to go in and pick it up. I'm going to read before picking up the briefcase and transfer the microfilm there. And I'm just going to take that and return it now innocently, or return the book. So I think that's pretty clean. I also could have totally done it right there without the statue, or the book at statue shenanigans. But there's that. There's going to be an innocent drink take from Teal. I'm going to get in conversation here, and Ambassador just went to bookshelves. I cannot crash bug that. My only option now is to Purloin. It's a white test, unfortunately. Tonyl does zoom in and see it, but I completed that mission at... when was that? With 9 seconds to go, exactly. And Tonyl is waiting now for overtime and is lining up on me, and I'm not going to let that happen. I just, take a path out of conversation. And yeah, I don't know. I feel a bit bad about dancing that. It's not really a dance. I mean, sure. I mean, it's kind of like a legal leave, which is like good, but I don't know. I don't feel too bad about that one because Tonyl was lining up for 1 second of overtime, which is really risky anyway. Especially on a white Purloin, especially if Tonyl knows that Teal just took and there's no chain. I feel like that's a pretty risk-free shot that could have been taken, but that's a 4-1 scoreline now. Going into my sniper game. Tonyl pulling out the Queen General card. I had seen in replay sniping that they had done that a few times back in SCL, but that's a long time ago at this point, so I'm not, I didn't note it down because I didn't think it would still be a tendency. But this game I am doing something which I don't normally do, is I'm tracking Purloin, so I'm highlighting for early rejects. So we've got Wheels and Disney in this chain. Wait, hold on. How did Disney reject twice? Because I thought he did that. Oh, Plane Twin rejected. Cool, I could have lost this game to Plane Twin. because he rejects there, and I highlight Disney for it, and then Disney rejects, and I'm very confused about that mid-game, because I never saw Plane Twin there, even though he was there the whole time. Okay, I did not know that until now. We get a reject from Queen as well, who entered conversation and talked with Wheels in general, so that's nice. Then Queen takes a bug path, which is it's a type of bug that Tonyl would like. So at this point, I have 3 of the rejectors, so I'm like, I'm on top of this Purloin chain for once. But Disney rejected twice. That's weird. I'm not gonna lowlight the rest of the party. Which I guess would have been a good thing if it was Plane Twin, but I've got 3 very strong suspects for this Purloin, with absolute known rejects. I'm doing some crazy fake lighting on this side of the party, try and bait Queen into microfilm. And then I get slightly worried that in doing that, I distracted myself from the microfilm. Tonyl not going to general there, or Wheels, which was kind of good. If you have a flirt pair, avoiding your STs can be a good idea. Safety off on Teal, what was this for? Oh, that was me expressing frustration at not knowing who the mystery reject was from. So I think maybe I saw Boots here at the start. She was there. So Boots I think was kind of like my wild card rejector if I had nobody else. So I'm safety offing on Teal just to say I think the spy might have been standing right here at some point. And then Tonyl enters right there in that exact spot, which is just coincidence. And then Teal's gonna leave conversation spoilers at some point. there goes Teal. But General does join. So there's a talk, but I'm not too concerned because I think I more had this as a Wheels flirt pair, but at this point I have assumed that Teal is the real double agent. And I'm neutralizing her because I've mentally recognized that. So no point in having as a highlight. Kane goes into center inspects, so maybe I'll keep him in mind. Pearls does too. So that wildcard reject really did throw a wrench in this game. Tonyl just timer flirting here, under a minute left on the clock. Double agent, or the ST leaves right as the cooldown comes off. Except now Tonyl chases the assumed real double agent. We're gonna see a white contact come off.
Banana bread.
I'm gonna start taking lowlights here. It's gonna knock out most of my people, and then I'm thinking, okay, Queen has flirt with General, she has contact, she has a bug path, and she rejected for Purloin. I'm not gonna chance that Tonyl hit a 2 flirt this time and is finishing now, so I'm gonna take that shot. So, yeah, I mean ST bails here, which would have allowed one more flirt before contact to actually force a countdown, but if it was 2 flirts, then 2 green flirts, it would have been a completion anyway. So, yeah, bug I didn't guard well, but I had the path, which is enough intent. So that's, yep. Hey Bobby, you got what you wanted there. So this is score of 5-1, going into high rise. This time I pick Rocker after picking Disney and Duke. Is anybody picking up on the cast pick patterns yet? Disney ST might have been intentional. Why am I losing my voice already? This is gonna be bad. I do what I thought was a decent path into Windows here to flirt. 51% to start. I'm gonna take an innocent drink with purloin on. It's watched for, which I think is helpful. Irish is really sandwiched the ambassador right now, but Tonyl could have guarded that. So she may or may not be a suspect. Ambassador takes a path from conversation to conversation. Disney is being a gent and, you know, picking up the briefcase, which is cool, I guess. Switching in with the double agent now, gonna look for a good opportunity. We've got 3 people out of conversation, and I want a couple of them in, if possible. Even though this is not a terrible high-rise contact. Disney is going to statues. No, he's picked up the briefcase again. So at this point, I'm kind of thinking, okay, I can leave Disney out. He's done 2 briefcases with fingerprint off. He's not going to be a suspect, but I think Seek had middle inspects or 2 inspects. Yeah, Disney actually gets low lit for that. I did not notice that. Ooh, not the chat. I'll catch up on that after this game. Seek's just killing time at Windows. Gonna take the contact now. Unfortunately, the double agent, the SDA, had split as well during this time. And Disney's in, so I don't know, not the best contact. I could have taken an early one and gotten much better. As well as the fact there are only 3 reels, and Tonyl absolutely highlights for real BBs, so those are going to come off momentarily. I didn't actually feel those in real time, so I kind of assumed that the SDA was in the back conversation and I wasn't going to be glowing. Second flirt is not green. But at this point, 28 seconds left, I gotta get flirt done. I'm going to paintings, Disney is going to windows, that's gonna accelerate the cooldown, there it goes. Flirting at windows to finish here. Kane was in a real BB with me, so I'm taking note of him at the side statue, and I'm thinking, okay, this is gonna be a swap to end this game. What I'm gonna try to do is hang the clock with a green swap, but it won't be, it's just a white swap, and I'm dead for that, but I could have done something interesting with, you know, hanging clock here, you know, set it down and get called over to Kane's, and then I don't swap it for him, and then I get shot anyway, because that's a terrible idea now that I say it out loud. Yeah, Tonyl out of groups. Very surprising. What do you mean, Monatters? Do I like your usage of Postmortem 2 days ago? Is that what you mean? Wow, Bobby second, nice. Good luck against Death Tacticus. But anyway, on to High Rise for Tonyl. So this is another venue where Tonyl really likes, you know, bugs when he's crossing the ambassador, which I've dubbed crossing bugs. So that's kind of what I'm expecting, and Tonyl actually picks hair quite a bit, but I did not have that, I didn't have that character pick noted in my, Tonyl.txt. So, no, like, instant highlight or anything. In conversation here, I think this is just when I first glance in the room, so I'm seeing the twins flirting with hair, so I'm thinking in my head, alright, Pofke flirt pair. Didn't even really notice Smallman there, but Luckily it didn't matter, because Tonyl did not get a flirt off in time before Smallman leaves. Rejected drink. I don't know how on top of that I was this game, but I just got 2 bouncing low lights. Which I almost didn't get by not zooming out, but I'm like, yeah, if that's Tonyl, he can have it. I'm up 5 to 2. Tonyl can have that low light if he did that nice bouncing. Smallman into side statues. Pretty good contact though, so I think Tonyl's gonna take it.
Banana bread.
White BB is honestly pretty not noticeable. Twin's gonna be brought back up for just having real BB, but I'm gonna highlight the other twin for flirting early and not being the twin who had nice bouncing. Tonyl stepping in for first flirt with minute 15 off the clock, so another white flirt. Tonyl now gonna go for a crossing bug on Amba, and I'm like, oh yeah, Tonyl really likes those, and that was a wobbly path in a statue, so I'm gonna shoot that. So when that happened, I was like, oh yeah, I don't know why I'm surprised that that's happening. Oh, I guess the wobbly path was around Seek, and I just could not see him through the window. So it was actually not a terrible path. But yeah, I was pretty confident in seeing the bug anyway, so that's dead for Tonyl. Tonyl, you're dead. Now, Seek, Modern. And if anybody has caught on to the pattern of my spy choices, Disney, Rocker, or Disney, Duke, Rocker, Seek, can you guess who the last spy will be? Terrible bug, followed by terrible bug, followed by kinda terrible bug, followed by white swap, and Tonyl is low lighting the entire party. Because Tonyl saw the terrible bugs. I think I break animation putting that down too. We do a briefcase stop. I'm shaking my mouse because I'm like, how am I alive? I am so confused. Tonyl takes the shot finally. Tonyl said that they were mostly just waiting for a good opportunity to shoot since it was so crowded back here, and it was still nearly a miss shot, in their own words, because Tex leaves that way, and then Tex redirects the other way, and almost saves me. Would have been the best white flirt ever. But, yeah. That's 5-3 Tonyl. I think. I should keep a scoreboard. That would be a good idea. I think it's 5-3. Now for the best game of the set. My modern sniper game. So here we go, starting the game out. Gonna do my cast lowlights. Accidentally low lit Smallman. Let's bring him back up. You know what? Sorry, sipping at windows. Let's keep her in mind. Damon low light. Stealth highlight. I'm sorry for sipping at windows. I think, do I do statue highlights too? I don't remember. I think sorry enters next to Amba, but no, Amba's at statues, so I'm keeping in mind that fingerprint. There's a green flirt for Tonyl. Too bad. Too bad Tonyl sipped at windows. Oh my god. Seek is going to go for the briefcase. No, Seek goes for the briefcase, so sorry, kind of bullies Seek off of the briefcase, which is very spy-like on top of having a sip at windows, because who would do such a thing? There's a one fingerprint stepping in line at bar for a second fingerprint safety off for sorry. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Tonyl. Fingerprints are done. Sorry now. So here I am. What am I doing here? What are these highlights for? Oh, these highlights. These highlights are actually kind of interesting. These highlights are around the 4 people who are out of conversation during an otherwise perfect contact, because any reasonable spy in conversation should be taking this contact. Hair gets low lit for leaving this full contact to go return a book to the correct shelf. I'm gonna give highlights on these 4 just in case. And then I look back right here and I'm like, oh, Sari is walking away from that conversation with Seek. Did she just delegate to Seek? And then diverts into conversation, which I'm like, okay, I'll shoot you if Purloin comes off. But Seek just happened to be going to bar, so really unlucky there. But it was too soon for it not to have taken if that was a delegate. So that was slightly concerning, because I'm ready to shoot there, but no Purloin happens. There's a delegate to gloves. Tonyl now moving in to the McDonald's conversation. To flirt. That's really nice. But, oh, I feel so bad for this drink highlight. We'll bring hair back up. No Purloin ends up happening. Delegate timer expired. Tonyl really eyeing up the ambassador here. General is going to grab that fingerprintable statue, which has been cooking for a while. And, of course, I am still watching the rest of the party. Because I'm not going to sell out the entire game on somebody who sipped at Windows at the start of the game. So, and then General goes into the fingerprintable bookcase. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's General. Disney then goes into General's statue. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe General was even trying to like swap delay this by staying so close, and probably would have. That's honestly really close. So maybe Disney's just trying to swap frame him for grabbing the fingerprint that's been there so long. So I'm just gonna sell out on this statue fade. Besides the fact that I have my 2 top suspects in vision the whole time, so I don't have to worry too much about, missing a bug. General goes to the other statue as well. I'm thinking maybe he's gonna swap now. I don't know why I'm taking this angle. I think trying to bait a swap from Tonyl, really. From Sari. Ambassador joins Tonyl's conversation. We're gonna get the real BB now.
Banana bread.
Tonyl white BB. I start taking lowlights, but as soon as Tonyl splits, I'm ready to shoot, because Tonyl would really love that bug. That's the type of bug that Tonyl would love.
Banana bread.
So here I am lining up the shot, and boom, I nearly shot the ambassador after having a highlight in the first minute of the game, or the first 15 seconds. So 6-3, entering Terrace, and my final spy pick, if anyone guessed it, was Smallman. And my one note for playing Tonyl on Terrace is that Tonyl always shoots. It's either the spy shot or a civilian shot, but Tonyl takes a shot every single game. I started with Amba right next to me. I thought about taking the bug, but I'm like, I'm just going to trust Tonyl to guard against it. I don't seem to have been credited for it. So I'm thinking I have better odds getting a civ shot here, even if it has to be a 50-50. Is it really a 50-50 if Smallman is one of them though? Isn't that a 75-25? %28 flirt, but it was intent free. This one's a bit less intent free. Stepping in next to the ST, double agent leaves to pick up the briefcase, but I'm gonna get a close green flirt. Conversations look very full, but DA is still out, grabbing the briefcase. And now that this briefcase is fully dead, I'm thinking I'll just pick up the briefcase, honestly. There's no print on it. I think Tonyl will know that, so I'm just gonna hand it off to Amba. Just hopefully be very free. Oh, hold on. Did I get safetied off on there? Huh, I don't know what that safety off is for. Maybe on me for the bad briefcase positioning, because it wasn't great. Yeah, that's a tough briefcase to hand off. I mean, I probably could have just twitched to the right a little bit. But yeah, a safety off, so maybe Tonyl was closer to shooting me than I thought. Contact is looking good. Tonyl will highlight for real contacts, so I'm thinking, I mean, I'm either going to be in or out, and if I'm out, I'm not completing. I'm just going to bank on a civ shot, and if I'm in, I'm not going to try to complete super hard either. Sorry it takes kind of a bug path to switch conversations in with the DA, so I think I take note of that. Could be a wrong arm given Tonyl's angle. So, oh yes, I do nod and acknowledge that. Sorry starts talking and white BB, and she dies. Score is 8-3. Felt like a pretty good game. Playing into Tonyl well. And now, Tonyl's final spy game of the Summer Cup. Pearls in general starting at Bar. Teal Seek is a strong flirt pair to start off. Let me see what happens here. Right, Alice enters and instant talks, which is kind of rare. Like, spies rarely instant talk like this. Yeah, let me show it from just actually really close up. Like that. Like, I don't know, that was pretty good, so I low light for that. Pearls takes this wacko mode path into conversation, which is kind of crazy. I'd give a fake light on it because I don't know what to think of it. But I didn't really notice that this was a delegate sandwich here. I'm actually guarding Bug there, so that's a good time to send it as well. So now I see text at bar, I'm like, oh, Pearls was just next to text, but also so is General. Yeah, I see it right there, and I'm thinking, yeah, this list is about to disappear. I'm gonna lowlight everyone else quickly. Highlights for the two delegators, or the two original senders. So I'm thinking it's more likely one of these two if it was a delegate sandwich, otherwise text would have to do an amazing frame. All three of them are in, and none of them are talking for BB. So, yeah. Minor laser shake, I'm thinking, like, oh, okay, this is just gonna be a game, like a shooting for flirt game. I can do that. Ooh, sip break, I didn't notice that. I do remember at some point that Pearls had the weird path, and I'm thinking, oh, that was actually kind of good, maybe. So I'm maybe thinking of lowering her suspicion. And at this point, I'm really not sure what to think. If Tex had gone to statues there, that could have been very rough. Yeah, I really don't know, so I just start faking lights. I give a a little laser shake on the neutral at Amba, because you should never use neutral at Amba at Rav. And then here's the coolest part of the game. So I'm thinking, alright, it's one of these two. Next one to talk is probably finishing flirt. But here I'm gonna say, watch, hold on, when do I do it? 1 first T L 1 TL first talker lives. The one of them who talks lives, the other one dies. And General leaves, which is really unexpected. And then Pearls goes for a crash bug, which is, to be fair, hard to see, but I've had enough. That's the end of the set, 9-3. Yeah, pretty fun set. Some good lights, a little bit of research paying off. But that is the end of the Postmortem.